Hey, look at those spots on the wall.
Oh,
Every
God.
day we stray further from God's light.
Welcome to Spots on the Wall.
Is it a studio now?
I want to see Brad get
Kinda.
flogged.
I want to see like a truck going at high speed.
Did you see that
just-
accident?
Oh, Mari told me about that accident.
Yeah, it's right by Lowe's, right?
Brandy knew the people.
What I don't know.
A gravel truck with like double
Yeah.
semis, like
Yep, I know about that part, but
Yeah.
like,
ceased a person.
okay,
It
Hello, friends.
T-boned a car.
I'll flog him. he
Eli,
said.
I agree. I do deserve to witness that. I was hoping for like a POV. God, wait a
So just flog him,
The
yeah,
driver,
fair. It's probably a crime though, right?
6-year-old man.
without a doubt.
Is that true?
Listen, man, you know how fast rumors like.
Yeah, I don't.
It's crazy how like, dude. At one point,
He could
Acropolis was moving to Morenci.
Oh,
Yeah, like within the first 4 months we were open. Somebody's like, "You're moving to Morenci."
It,
I was
it
like,
was it was a dude. I don't think he was 60. He was probably like in his 40s.
I wish you would have said he was 58. Because I wouldn't have said a word. I'd have just let it go.
But regardless,
Anyway, hello, friends. Welcome to Reading Rainbow. Do you guys ever watch Reading Rainbow?
When I was
Reading
like,
Rainbow.
old enough to do that.
I've never seen it on TV ever. Not even
Really?
once.
I have. This is still coming from
The
the
other
guy,
night.
the guy who hugged the quarterback from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had LeVar Burton on Michigan sideline last night. He's like, sometimes you want to go where Reading Rainbow.
butterflies in the sky.
Dakota's just like, I'm done.
I'm just not strong enough for this.
Did you watch the Michigan game last night?
I did. I
It's a
did.
shame you didn't do it with us.
Yeah, but
He's like,
I got to be at home.
just say, nah, it
That
wasn't a
was
shame.
that was pretty great though.
Yeah, I like being at home too.
Yeah,
It was
being at home was
fantastic.
pretty great. I liked that.
You guys are home.
That was
buddies.
probably one of my favorite parts
Yeah,
of,
kinda,
of
yeah.
watching the game.
I
Was the
do
fact that I could do it at home.
Sounds horrible.
Okay, so the
I'm
guy,
losing IQ points.
Oh, the semi driver.
Aren't you
Oh, okay.
Who's Vicari?
the
Yeah, that's me.
semi-driver
it's-
was 64.
It's
Yeah,
coming
okay.
from my computer. At
I
home.
was talking about the dude who died.
Semi-driver was 64. The dude who died was 30.
Yeah.
30.
Oh, he was that young. I
The
thought it
driver
a little
was
bit-
35.
Who was at fault?
The semi driver. He didn't. He ran the red light and
Okay.
threw him out.
How didn't they see him coming, though?
They were probably sitting there making a left turn. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So they were sitting in the intersection.
You
making
imagine
a
that?
left
Like,
turn.
you
They-
see him coming and you can't get out of the
Yeah,
way.
well, like, what the hell are you gonna do? I mean, I guess you slam on the gas. Like, it's gonna be better to.
You'd rather head on somebody, like, in a regular car than get T-boned by
Well, I mean, if they're sitting at the light or whatever, like if they're trying to make a left like you just head them on, and they might just be sitting there and just floor it. She probably didn't even see him.
God,
coming.
just terrible.
Yeah.
horrible, man. God. I saw somebody get hit by a semi at this intersection by the store.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was coming in the morning. I was leaving the Christian Center.
That's weird.
Yeah, I was heading home.
I hit someone at that intersection.
In a semi?
Were you driving a semi?
Trying to lively liven it up a little bit.
I pulled
We're talking
into the
about
back
people
drive
dying.
here. I pulled into the back drive and called 911. And they're like, yeah, 7 people have already told us. I was like, all right.
I had that happen once too.
People ran over. I was like, I don't want to see it.
I
Because
was
there
on
was
my
no
way.
way that person lived.
I was on my way to school one morning, and I was getting right on 223, and this guy, in Dundee, where like right when you get on heading north, it curves. Well, this guy's coming up, and he's passing me, and he's coming around his curve, and it just snowed, and the roads are slick, and he loses it in like 780s into the front side. I pull over and I call 911. I'm like, yeah, I just saw a guy wipe out on the highway. I think he's okay. I was like, I gotta go to school.
I
you
gotta go
required-
to
I'm
school.
late
You're
for
not required
class.
to render aid if you call 911, right?
I
No,
mean,
you're not
I don't
required
think
under
so.
any
Yeah,
circumstances
I
Well,
don't
to
but,
render aid.
but you are if you stop. Like, if you go up and like attempt to render aid, you
Yeah.
can't just leave at that point.
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah, I think it depends.
Right, like if you show, and I think it's because that way, if somebody else sees you like checking in there, they're assuming you're rendering aid, so they may not stop.
Right, exactly.
But like a lot of people are not capable or would make things worse.
Well, no,
So there's
sure.
that.
I'm just saying, like, you could be in trouble if you did it that way. If you were like, hey, what happened? Oh, that's outside of my pay grade, and then left.
Maybe. I mean, civilly you'd be.
Well, yeah, I don't
They
think
could
you
do
can go to
something.
prison, but...
Right.
Eli, who's semi?
And I don't even know like how enforceable it is. I'm just... I was taught that.
But yeah, the WLEN article does not list who is at fault. It kind of implies that the driver of the Impala is at fault.
Really?
When I was here yesterday, or yeah, you were here.
I was.
Yeah, he said he was trying to beat the red light.
Okay, this doesn't
The
mean
Impala
maybe he
was trying
was.
to beat the red light. Didn't Sam make it seem like he was there?
Kinda.
Kind of felt like he saw it. And then your mom was like, "Are they okay?" And he's like, "They got hit by a semi. They're dead."
One was dead and the other one's
Well,
in critical care.
I didn't say.
What up, Nargle Matt? We're talking about local accident reports.
Yeah.
Very uplifting stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say.
LVO this month.
It is this like.
Did anybody there
soon.
get hit by a semi?
Probably multiple people in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that was at 8:15 yesterday morning.
Oh,
That early?
Yeah,
It was right after I went through there.
must be.
I was on my way to work, like 8:15. That had to be like 5 minutes afterwards.
Might be. I
didn't
don't
get
know.
to. I didn't get to
wasn't there.
Blissfield. I got to Blissfield at 8:30.
I drove back through there right after it happened.
Really?
Okay.
So you saw the whole thing?
Well, no,
like the
no,
whole
no.
setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
like
like-
you didn't see the accident, but you saw.
They were like just like cleaning up when I was there at like 2.
Yeah,
So I was
Mari-
like, if it was still going on that much later, somebody died.
Mari said like they had everyone there. She said they had animal control there just because they needed people to help.
Okay.
So and they had like the cops had to end up directing traffic through the Lowe's parking lot.
why is Texas playing Fortnite? Listen, man, I played Fortnite yesterday. It was really fun.
I don't believe you.
Yeah,
I don't believe
You're
you
right,
either.
it wasn't really fun.
I don't believe you,
You were
played because I saw you a fair bit of the day.
Now I've played all the Fortnite that I ever intend to.
You've never played Fortnite. I know
played
that's
it
what you
once.
mean.
I played it one time and I won, and that was it. Victory
And then you
Royale.
retired.
I retired. What the hell's a kuho?
no matter who.
I was reading that in pharmacy.
Quo.
Oh God.
Tex, hello, friend. How you doing, buddy?
Butterfly in
I
the
started playing
sky.
Roblox. We're not doing this again.
Are you 12?
We're not doing it again. What the hell's going on right now? LVO's this month. I mean, what else is happening in the world?
I don't know. My back aches.
Reveals are happening at LVO.
Is that tomorrow or next week?
No. That's like 2 weeks away.
Speaking of which,
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah.
when does the Deathwing Assault box come on?
I have not heard.
I
Probably
haven't
not
either.
too far off.
Okay. I just don't want to miss it.
Well, when's the Codex?
It'll be after that.
Why would?
Wait, isn't it in the box?
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it
in
like
the
an
box.
army box?
Yeah, it's gonna be remember they did
Right,
it with
so you
Orcs
want
and
the box.
Sisters. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but the box, with Orcs, they released that before the Codex.
Right,
came out.
exactly.
That's
So
what he's saying.
I'm
The Codex itself will come out separately later.
Yeah, I'm saying the box will be before the Codex.
I think you guys were saying the
Does
same
the
thing.
box come with the Codex
Yes.
in it?
Yes.
Okay. So you were. I think you were trying. Yeah. All right.
Sometimes
So this
you
box
got
is
to
coming-
go, we're reading Rainbow.
So the box is coming before the Codex. You mean? Not after.
Yeah.
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 Who's looser in February? What's February? Oh, Apocalypse on the 27th.
Of January?
Yeah.
Oh God, I haven't.
Apocalypse, January 27th. Be there. or-
27th.
I hope I don't work.
Is that George Washington's birthday?
I think so. I have no idea.
Okay, it's one of those days.
If I don't work, I will
Why
absolutely
would I
be
know
here.
that?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you know that?
And Joel also just left without saying a word.
No, he didn't. He said, "Hey, I'm taking off."
He definitely said bye to me too.
Yeah.
So
He said bye to
Maybe
me.
just not me.
he probably just hates you, which makes a lot of sense.
Oh, loser for playing Roblox. I've been playing Conquest, and Conquest is fun. That game we just played, every
Oh yeah.
every turn a unit was getting blended.
I was way off. His birthday's February 22nd.
Not that far off. You're still in the same quarter.
Yeah, in 20s, right?
January 27th, yes, John.
What do you think?
February, thank you, Brent. Brent's answering the questions. I'm like, what are you saying?
That's what I saw for Dark. Yeah, I kind of think they say winter. I think he said winter of 2024. Or no, did they? I don't even remember if it was winter or spring. It was one of those two.
I mean,
February still.
February seems right.
You still haven't gotten me a codex.
Oh, that's the codex though too. So yeah,
what?
that makes
For
sense.
Necrons. You still haven't gotten me a
I owe
codex.
you a codex too? Damn.
But yeah, so
John's a real hero, right? So Joe came in from out of town. Like, hey, I want a Necron codex. I was
Joe?
like, yeah.
Wait, like Joe, like...
Blood Bowl Joe.
Blood Bowl Joe, okay.
Who'd you think I
I
meant?
thought you meant B-Dubs Joe, who played Necrons.
Oh, that's fair. That's a fair, honest idea.
Yeah.
Wonder how he's doing.
Been a while since I talked to him.
I haven't seen him in years.
he moved to Detroit, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went back home.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe came in, and I had John's codex here. And I was like, John, can I just sell Joe your codex because he's in from out of town? And John is a hero. He's an absolute hero. So I reordered him one, so I'll have it in 10 months. I haven't even ordered yours, so you're never
10
getting
months.
it. You're never getting it.
Okay, that's understandable.
Andy, if you're watching, your Legions box is here.
Allegiance?
Legions, Imperialis.
Oh, okay.
It's much smaller than I expected, which makes sense. Everything's very tiny in there.
Yeah.
But for a launch box, I was like, oh, it's kind of skinny. John, hopefully I have a codex. I'm sorry, John. Let's see what else going in the world. LVO, man, I haven't played 40K in so long.
It's been a while for me, too.
So long.
I played a few weeks ago.
Well, now Blood Bowl is really overtaken with the league. But
Yeah, it's one thing at a time. You know,
I'm playing a lot of Blood Bowl lately.
I'm gonna try to get some more stuff painted.
Brad's loving Blood Bowl.
I hate it.
He's trying to quit.
It's awful.
Trying to drop.
I was basically just rationalizing my hatred of it today with Tim. Why I don't like it.
While you hate it, I have like quadrupled down on my Blood Bowl. I've been playing like 3 games a day for like a week.
I don't know how you do it. The most I've
Even
been,
games I really like, I don't want to play 3 games a day.
That's true. Yeah.
That's why tournaments have never
Well,
really
so like
played me.
I'm playing Blood Bowl 3, so like I can knock out a game in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that does
Because like
help.
the timer is
Yeah.
like yeah.
You've been playing online.
Oh yes.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, it's so much better
Do they
than
have
it
leagues
launched.
now?
Oh, no.
No, they don't.
Someday that game will be done, right? Did I win what?
They have like competitions that you can set up with other people, but that's it. So you could set up like your own private competition with
Yeah,
your friends.
you could do
But
something
you
along
can't
the lines
level
of
the players up, though.
Yeah,
well,
you can level the players.
You could
Just artificially go in and change the team.
you would like
No.
have to keep track of SPP like
Like a paper
on
roster?
paper
Yeah.
and then like
really?
edit well yeah, like there's no like league like that in
Really?
in Blood Bowl 3 right now. No.
It wouldn't
Really?
just be like how the season.
No,
Pass
because
works?
that's all built inside of the well, it's all built inside of the ladder. So
That's
no.
insane.
Yeah, no, still not a
didn't-
thing.
I didn't know
How
that.
have they not done that yet?
It seems
the game's
like
been
it'd
out
be
for
easy.
a year, right?
What?
Has it been out for a year now?
About.
Just coming up on a year because
Yeah.
we're only
I
in
think it was
season
February.
3.
Yeah.
I think it was February.
Yeah, I think it was
end
right.
of halfway through season 3 it'll be
Because
a year.
I bought the undead thing because I was like,
Oh, you did?
yeah, I'm
Oh,
like,
you
I'm,
have Blood Bowl 3?
Yeah, I had it when it came out.
There was no way I was putting money on that one.
But dude, I'm gonna tell
No
you,
way.
like my first game, like because I haven't played it very much this season, so I'm still in the bronze. But I'm playing against just like these, like you can tell they're new players just by the thing. Like
Yeah.
I played this. Oh man,
That looks really nice.
the last game I played, I drawed with this guy. He was playing Chaos Renegades, but he didn't have 3 big guys. He just had the Minotaur. I elected to receive, and he puts his Minotaur on the line of scrimmage. I have 2 mummies. So I'm just boxing this thing every turn. Nothing is happening to it. I
Dude,
swear. I am just getting RNG'd
feel it.
the whole time. I finally make this big brain play, right? Because he's already scored on me, where I down his blodger, I foul and stun his Minotaur. I pick up the ball with a goal, and I run 9 spaces because I had to go for it a couple times. I'm finally within scoring range, and I'm tying him at the kickoff on turn 8, right? So I have one more turn. He puts his Minotaur up there. I'm like, you know what? It's the last turn of the game. Screw this guy. I run
Last
up there.
turn of the game?
Yeah, I run up there, blitz the Minotaur, knock the Minotaur down. I surround him. He sees what's coming. I go to follow him. He quits. I'm like, yes. He did not like. I don't even think the Minotaur leveled up.
I drew a game with a frickin' dwarf player who like they were clearly very new. They
Yeah.
didn't really they didn't really understand the concept of like assists and like player strength. So they're like throwing uphill blocks at Chaos Warriors and like it's just working.
Yeah.
Like, they're just powing me.
Dude.
And you know, I'm playing Baby Chaos, so they're knocking me down. And there was like the game ended up drawing because like I like 0-0 draw because on my receive I'm like heading to the end zone and he's, you know, it's like turn 7 and you know he's out of rerolls and he makes a 4-up dodge, 5-up dodge, 2 rushes and uphill blocks my ball carrier and knocks him down. And KOs him, and it's like, all right, like you can't plan against nonsense like that. And of course he's dwarves, so like, I didn't get a casualty all game because
you
it's
got
just
no points.
I'm just beating the snot out of them,
But
and
they're not
nothing's happening.
They're just laying on the pitch and getting up.
This guy. So same match where I followed the Minotaur. Right, this guy he's got a one. It's turn 8. His receive. I've stopped him up until this point. He's got a chance to score a touchdown. He's got no rerolls left, and he's got one guy deep in the field. So he runs. I don't think he knew you could hand off the ball. So he takes his dark elf, runs him up next to the guy. 4-up passes, completes. 3-up catches, completes. I'm like, this guy really made a vanity pass on a touchdown, and then scores his 2 go-for-its too, and scores his touchdown. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man! Just the amount of crap you run into, you know. And if like I said, I guess I haven't checked my record. I think I technically won that game because the guy quit, or maybe he forced disconnected. I don't know if that matters, but
I haven't encountered any concedes.
No,
since I've been back.
I wonder if it was a forced disconnected because it automatically booted me from the game without any.
Online Blood Bowl like conceding is such a part of it. It's so weird.
Well, they've
take an hour and a half.
in this season they implemented like, you know, a temporary ban thing for serial concessions. So like
you get punished.
It's a much less of an issue. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a thing.
It's just like a culture thing. Like it's a Blood Bowl culture thing. It's weird. I don't understand. Like, I don't like what's happening. I quit. Mm-hmm. Also, like those guys that like bleed the timer out. I've seen some of those like on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to do and you just let your clock run instead of pass and turn. You're like, come on, man.
Well, now you have reserve time, so you wouldn't. I don't think you'd want to do that anymore either. I haven't run in any, but I've only played 2 games. But yeah.
Honestly, like not being able to talk to my opponent's pretty nice.
Yeah. Or smell them. But yeah, it runs and you know there's turn timers too.
Yeah.
So it plays so much faster. It's 2-minute turns. Yeah, 2-minute turns. And it like you said, you can finish a game in an hour and a half. You know? I sat down, Mario was watching TV, and I just played a couple of games of Blood Bowl. I'm screaming at my computer, of course, but
yeah, it is. It's really nice not having to do any of the calculations, and like you don't even have to count spaces.
No, not really.
It's crazy how many things are better as video games.
Yeah,
we were talking about Global War out there. That'd be a fantastic video game.
Yeah,
because you just like everything is automated,
and it'd be very easy to make. Like, well, okay. Easy. It would be much less cumbersome, and you could play that game in half the time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, set up,
half the time.
Picking stuff out and walking from one end of the table. That's a lot of your time.
Oh, I absolutely think you could play in half the time.
I was actually thinking faster.
I mean, okay.
Know the rules absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably fair.
Yeah,
that's probably
I
fair.
think you play it probably like I don't even.
Because what you do, you'd pick all 4. You'd pick all 3 or 4 of your tech rolls. And it would just tell you if you got them.
Right, exactly. Right? You would just see a die roll and be like, hey, you got it or you don't.
And then you would just put your stuff in a cart or whatever and spend your money. And
have you ever played Axis and Allies as part of a computer game?
There was one, I can't remember. It was Axis and Allies, might have been 42. Mm-hmm. But it was a Java-based game.
Oh, Jesus.
That I played. It was fantastic. It was so good. And then they just shut the server down one day. Mm-hmm. And they were going to update it and they never did. And I've been about 10 years ago.
I played. I think it was like $1.
You got the Steam one, right?
Yeah, and then I've played that a couple times. But like Axis and Allies takes hours. You play this game in like 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you
and
just
then,
get right through it.
Do you play against AI?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, I mean, the AI just does its thing, right?
Right, exactly. Right, exactly. So, like, you kind of just formulate your strategy and you just go.
I love that game, dude. I'd play it, like, all the time. You could play a game in, like, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Like, no time at all. You just play a game.
Civ is a board game.
Yeah,
basically.
It's literally just a board game.
Yeah,
it's just a good-looking board game.
It's actually, in my opinion, it's better than a board game because there's 0 die rolls.
Well, you don't see them.
Well, yeah, the randomization is not based on
the map is randomly generated, but there's no other.
Well,
isn't
set
there
damage?
I thought there was
set damage. The things that are so the things that are random is your map, that's randomly seeded. The and then the village huts give you random stuff.
The barbarians.
I thought there was
village huts.
I thought there was a degree of RNG with combat, isn't there? There's no
not at all.
amount.
No,
at all?
it's straight attack versus defense.
I think there's like terrain modifiers. And
There's
stuff.
terrain modifiers and then there's obviously like independent modifiers for like generals and stuff. But yep, it is completely RNG, almost completely RNG removed. Obviously, spawn location and stuff's all RNG, but you can take that out of the equation by just finding a seed that you want to play, type it into the thing, and know what map you're gonna get.
Yeah, but like finding out where you start, that's half the fun.
Right, exactly. Exploration's part of the
Unless you're
game.
like, man, that's a great spot for a city, but I got to move over a river and can't deploy my city until next turn, and then the computer's like already got an army.
Yeah. No, you do. I mean, I do. I'll wait a few turns to found a city. In Civ.
Well, that's good. Like Brent's commenting about getting banned for pulling out.
Dude, I miss
What?
Just read his comment.
Dear God.
About
I miss like Gears of War 1. Like
Emergence.
Yeah, dude. You remember playing that back then?
The first Gears of War.
Yeah, playing that online.
Yeah.
Gears 1 had the best online of all of them. Yeah.
What would you like about
At the time, it didn't have dedicated servers, so
okay, I forgot about you had host advantage and everything.
So if whoever hosted the game had had lower latency, so they could just like one-on-one matches, you just lost. Like there was no beating that person. And then there was like the crab walking. Do you remember that? The glitch where you could crab walk, and then you were permanently running, but could still shoot, and you could move in wacky directions, and no one could hit you. It was so dumb.
How many did they make of that?
Like 5
they're
or
like
6.
still making them.
Yeah, they're making another one. Yeah.
Yeah,
soon.
dude. Now, sometimes you just need to tell a full and complete story, and then just let it be. You need to let it be done.
Speaking of which, Game of Thrones is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
You see Josh here? He said Civ 1 had slight randomness.
Civ 1?
Back in
that's
back
pen
in
and paper, isn't it, John?
Back in 98.
I remember pen and paper Civ.
I don't know.
That was
what
one of
year
the
it was.
squares. I
We were
think
waiting
Civ
on
4
6.
was the first hex game, right? Or was Civ 5 was the first hex?
I have no idea.
Well, they were squares originally.
Were they really?
Yeah.
That's funny. We're waiting on 7.
I think Civ 4 was the first hex. Civ 7's coming out this year.
No,
I'm pretty sure it is.
He means Gears 6.
Tony, can you look that up? Civ 7, I think it's out this year.
Is it really?
there's no way.
I think I
I've
saw
never-
something.
My
never
heart
played-
can't take it.
I've never played 6.
It's not.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Five's
see,
a lot
that's
better.
why.
Five's
The
a lot better.
polar opposites.
Well, I mean, you
he
should
says
play
he
it and play
hates
your
it.
opinion.
You said you
I,
love
I
it.
just really like 5 a lot, and
Yeah.
I felt like they took away some of the things that I liked about 5.
Well, so the thing about that is that there were so many expansions with 5. So like you're getting to much more of a base game, and we'll see the same thing when we go to 7.
You should
like
s-
there's going to be a lot of things.
How
that-
the city design was fundamentally different in 6.
Well,
Like, it was about the
in 5.
it's about the plots.
In 5 there is no city design. It's all the buildings you build are just located in the one hex.
Right,
And
and
then-
I prefer that to
and then-
upgrading the districts. I don't like the districts.
But the districting makes for a better dynamic play. So like you get like a certain amount of districts you're allowed to build. You get varying bonuses depending on where you build them. There's a lot
I
more
thought the
management
bonuses
play.
got a little out of hand too.
They definitely can.
like
but
that island civ that they added.
No, they nerfed them.
They were wild. For
They
a little
were
while.
really good. Russia is still pretty good with district bonuses, and well, it depends on the Civ you're playing.
So it's also one of those things, like when I think back about like playing Civ, a lot of the things I'm remembering from 5 were actually in 6.
Right.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like going like the artillery and stuff.
Because one of the cool things that came along with districts was World Wonders, and like before you'd build a wonder and it would just be in your city. It'd be in the one tile. Now you build the wonder and it's actually in its own hex, and you can like see it, and it's really cool.
You can pillage it too, right?
Probably not.
I mean, it doesn't really change anything. You get the bonus at the time you build it anyway.
No,
so.
yeah, exactly.
And a lot of them are ancient. And they don't matter later, right?
Depends. There's some that.
I guess.
It all depends on the bonuses they provide. Most of them, if you're going for a culture victory, they literally all matter. But
John, I would agree with that. It was Civ 5 vanilla. I never played vanilla. The first time I played it was on my birthday. 10 years? Coming up in 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. Never forget that day either.
I've played. Yeah, I've played.
I was like, you got to try this.
I bought it for him. Yeah.
Did you? It's really good.
I'm convinced he would have never played.
I played over 1,000 hours of 5.
Did you?
If you would have never played
Super good.
Hearts of Iron if you had never played Civ.
Maybe, dude. I bought Hearts of Iron and then played it like 5 years later. It was in my Steam library for 5 years. I love that game too. I gotta get the expansion.
Right. So 7 has been announced as coming out. However, it has not received a release date
I saw
yet.
something the other day. It was this year.
I don't think so.
They're estimating it'll be this year.
Oh, are they?
Late this year.
They announced it last year, which is why if it released this year, I'd be surprised.
Maybe that's what I saw. Maybe that.
They're saying it's been in development for like 5 years, but
No, it could. They just released this last year. They ended with new kind of like experimental leaders for existing civs for 6, and then they kicked off the year with like, hey, we're gonna give you guys all special scenarios and you can play through these and do stuff. So the cool thing about Civ is it's supported until they come out with a new one. That's one of the fantastic things about it. They're always coming out with new stuff.
Paradox does.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
until it's dead.
Yeah, basically, they just come out with new stuff
Until there's
until
there's a replacement.
another one.
Yeah.
They keep pushing Space Marine 2 back.
That's a good thing.
Dude, honestly, let them.
It's a good thing.
Get it right. Absolutely get it right.
Let them do it.
But
like honestly,
from
games.
the old Blizzard days. You remember Blizzard would like push a game out and then scrap it. You remember games they scrapped?
Well, like Ghost, StarCraft Ghost. Like that would have been cool as hell.
It just never happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like they said it just wouldn't meet their quality standard for what they.
That was gonna be a shooter, right?
Yeah. First person StarCraft shooter. That sounds awesome.
It'd be cool to flush out. I'm surprised we haven't got StarCraft 3. To be honest with you,
It's rumored in development.
StarCraft 2's been. When did StarCraft 2 come out?
Long time ago.
2012.
2000. It was like 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm
think it
gonna
was
say
2011.
It might be
I'm
earlier.
gonna say it was earlier than that. I'm gonna guess 2009.
well, you'd be wrong.
I would be wrong.
July 27th, 2010.
2010.
Right in
okay.
the middle.
Yeah.
Right in the middle there.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's an old game.
Right,
Yeah.
dude, and
It's
it's still played competitively.
Yeah.
You know what's actually funny? I heard
What's Bloodline?
So,
Blood Illness 2 or Bloodlines 2.
Bloodlines 2.
It's a
Vampire the Masquerade thing, I think.
World of Darkness. Yeah.
Video game?
Yeah.
RPG.
There in World of Warcraft there was a mount. There was a mount that they came out with, and they put it on like the online shop, and they're like, hey, you guys, you can buy this mount. It was like the Celestial Pegasus
Yeah, I
mount,
remember that.
whatever.
Yeah.
That one mount that they put out for people to buy made Blizzard more money than StarCraft has to date. I'm sorry. I should StarCraft 2 specifically.
Not the franchise.
Not the franchise, but the game StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty has made them to date. Selling that one mount.
And that's where stuff's going. They're obviously going to chase the money.
It's kind of mind-boggling. Like that's insane to me.
It's just the size of your market.
To
How
a
many
large-
people play World of Warcraft?
To a large extent, I kind of like it because I play a game that has like a lot of microtransactions and I just don't do them.
Yeah.
And so it makes the game mostly free.
It worries me because they're
it
not going to
depends.
They're not going to put out new games because they're just going to put out skins for old
Well,
games.
Yeah.
you run
That's
into
what worries me.
you run
Right,
into
but
one of
you continue supporting them. I don't
No,
think
that's
it's an
fine,
issue.
but they're not going to do that.
my
Right? They're going to just do the skins.
My issue is you gate content that would otherwise be in the game that you paid for behind microtransactions. So, for instance, like take Diablo 4, right?
Wasn't it League that really did it? Sorry, he said that's what Fortnite called.
League of Legends? No,
So,
I don't think so.
League of Legends was like
That was the first big free-to-play game I remember.
yeah, it was, and
So-
that was big and free before Fortnite was.
That's different. So a free-to-play game with microtransactions like Fortnite, that's fine. Whatever. I didn't pay $60 for that game. But I paid $60 for Diablo 4, and now I have to pay for season passes and there's skins that you're selling me? What's going on
Wasn't
here?
Diablo 4 $75?
I might have paid $70 for it.
It was expensive. I never played it at all. I bought it and didn't play it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's but yeah, that's what kind of drives me nuts. And then like I'm replaying. It's been almost 10 years since it came out. I'm replaying The Witcher again, and there is so much stuff in that game that CDPR came out with and was just like, "Hey, we made these alternate outfits for some of these characters. Here you go. Just take them, download it. Here's the file."
Yeah, but that's
Like,
definitely an outlier. Right? That's not the norm in the industry, right?
no, that's what I'm saying. But they created.
There's a bunch of extra skins for the new Resident Evil 4, right? Or is that paid? You got to pay for that stuff.
I think you can, but I also think
Is that the one with the vampire chick?
Resident Evil 4.
No, that's Village. Resident Evil
Oh
Village.
yeah, you're the yeah.
With Vampire
I
Mommy.
didn't like that game.
I never played it.
I don't think Resident Evils are my kind of game.
4 is the remake is fantastic.
They
It is
just
so
keep
good.
milking that fan base. There's like 7 remakes now, right?
There's
No, I mean, I'm sure they probably did like HD remaster or
Well,
whatever.
sure,
but
but
this
that's-
was
they
a
redid, the
remake.
original.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like
they did,
bringing
yeah,
that
they
to
did
another
the
content.
director's cut.
Oh,
Eli,
I know,
put in the
I
name
know
of
what you
your
mean.
channel.
But they're
Put your YouTube channel in the
basically
chat.
they're basically new games though. That's the thing. Like it's
Well,
not
I mean,
it's
that's
not the
fair.
same. It's not the same experience. So like plus what I wish the CDPR would do instead of making, because they're apparently The Witcher 4 is in development. I wish they would just remake the first 2 games.
So we could play them.
Yeah, well, yeah, and we'll make them like The Witcher 3 because they're not nearly as high
Because
quality.
they're currently not.
Yeah, so like
I honestly, I need to just go play
no,
and
skip
beat
3.
The Witcher 3.
it's so
Did
good.
you ever play it?
No, yeah, I played a lot.
it's
I probably
super long.
put in like 40 hours.
It's super long.
But yeah, the issue that I just kind of got bored.
Really?
Yeah, it's just you're doing a lot of the same thing a lot.
See, I don't
Also, like I always the entire time I was playing, like I always felt like it's like the skill tree progression, like the,
I got a lot
like
of
the
shooting zombies.
unlockables, the things like that make you stronger, just take way too long. Like I never felt like I was really getting to flesh out a build and like get where I wanted
So
to be.
a lot of that.
Also, the armor crafting thing was frustrating because it's like if you sell off your low level gear, it's like now you needed that to craft the next step.
Well, yeah, that's just the Witcher gear.
But
you
that-
sell off everything else. But yeah, you need the lower step before you make the next step. They've revamped a lot of the skill tree. So what they did was they took skills that required a lot less or a lot more points and just made them cost less. And because like for different skill trees, the next level of the skill tree, you got to spend points in there. They changed it to where like all the skill trees now unlock at all the same points in each tree. So it used to be some required 22, some required 18, some required 16. Now at the level 3, they're all just 18. It's just 6 points per. And they've standardized how much each skill costs now too, for the most part. There's still a couple that are different, but they're all lower. So you can actually get more stuff now too.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah,
Talking
and
about The Witcher?
Yeah, the character building is what I really enjoy because there's a lot of different builds that you can go for. You do have to progress a little bit to get there, but like especially when you start going like into like decoctions and potions and stuff. Like my current build right now is I decided to go a little bit different. I've never done it before, but I want like a heavy armor, so I wear heavy armor. I've got a skill that gives me plus 5% health and 5% strong attack for every piece of heavy armor I'm wearing. 4 pieces, so 20. And then I've got skills that for every decoction I drink, those last about an hour. I gain 900 more health, I can drink 2, so that's another 1,800 health.
And that stacks with your percentage.
Right, exactly. I got another skill that just increases strong attack by 30%. And then the last thing, those 2 decoctions that I drink, one, makes my strong attacks consume stamina, but now deal 5% flat health damage plus on top of its regular. And then the other one I drink, when I consume stamina, I heal.
Oh, okay.
So my strong attacks heal me. My strong attacks do more damage. It's like you really gotta detail into some of these things to actually look into. And there's a bunch of different stuff you can do that's like that.
I've heard the DLC for it's phenomenal as well.
It's the same thing for Cyberpunk too. Their DLC that they come out with for their games are just fantastic.
See, I would really like to go back and play Cyberpunk, but the problem is I have kids in the house, and that is not a game you want to play when they're children. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, you can't really have them watching that.
The good news is you won't actually be able to play it.
So whatever. It is fantastic.
Eli, what's your channel name?
It's Blood and Wine is awesome.
Yeah, bro. Link it in the chat, dude.
Yeah, but can you put links anyway? But link it if you can. Okay, so LVO's coming up. I just saw something. 9 days. I don't know if it's 9 or 8 or whatever. And Matt, what do you think about this? Since you're again, are you going to be at LVO, Matt? You going to be doing the stream this year? Anyway, what do you guys feel like? Should they divide that tournament up
LVO?
Differently than they do? Because there's 1,000 players, right? But 20 guys, 50 guys might be able to win it.
Sure.
100 guys maybe. And those guys are going to draw against people that are just there to drink beer and roll dice.
Right.
Don't you think that skews the results?
No, I wouldn't really say it skews the results
it'd be like a pro golf tournament
because
where Tiger Woods is playing me.
Right, but by the time you get to round 3, that's gone.
Right,
you're
Brandon
playing.
Grant, conversely, Brandon Grant might have to play a real opponent round 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? So he may not be able to make it.
No, it'll skew the results. The issue, I guess.
Don't you think they could do the top 256?
I don't like that it's so heavily points based. I mean, I don't know any other conceivable way that you're going to
whittle down 1,000 people.
Yeah, get 1,000 people down.
9 rounds.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Been there, done that. How do you feel about the tournament side, Matt? Because it just feels like there's with 1,000 players, you're gonna have super casual and then super competitive.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I guess if they don't care, it's just an interesting concept.
It's just so most people are gonna play 6 games, right?
Right.
Now there's really nothing. I don't think there's anything you can conceivably do. And now if you're gonna go through and pick out hey, these are the 50 people that are ranked highest in the ITC right now, and start
we
pairing
talked about
them
ELO
together.
ratings before. I was thinking something along those lines, right? The top rated ELO player would play the 256 ranked ELO player.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, 257 on would just play, right?
Or-
Because it's a season ending championship,
Or
really is what it is.
rather than having
Hello, John.
1,000-player tournament, maybe this is the championship of sorts, and maybe your conceived ELO has to be at such a rank to qualify to play. Is a conceivable option, but that requires the restructuring the ITC.
Yeah, and they
that's a 1,000-yard or 1,000-mile high.
Well, and you kind
concept.
of have to play at LVO and do well to even win the ITC.
Yeah.
So
How important is the LVO?
it's
to
most
winning the
important event.
ITC. So you get ITC points based on the size and scale of events you go to and how well you place at them, and it being the largest one, it's worth the most points, and by a mile.
Is LVO structured by ITC?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of figured it was.
It's hosted by Reese Robbins and them, the people who run the ITC.
Okay.
But you can't win. You can't be first overall in the ITC if you don't play in the LVO.
Yeah.
Right.
You just, I don't. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's possible.
You're correct because of how many points it's worth.
Right, and
Like,
only
you can-
so many people.
You can be placed somewhat considerably down in the rankings, and if you take first at LVO,
You could win it. You could jump.
Now, when I say considerably down, you've got to be a contender.
Right, you could be in the top 25, I would think.
Yeah.
I would like to see a list of all the people who've won the ITC and see where they've ranked in the LVO, just to see if there's any trend or anything like that.
Well,
terms of what
brand, I mean, it's basically the trend is the winner of LVO wins the ITC.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just
that's kind of
because it's worth so many points. Like, I've never, since we've been in the hobby and I've followed, I've never seen someone win LVO that didn't win ITC.
I feel like I have. But like,
I
most
also
of the time,
didn't
you're
pay
right.
super close attention.
For sure.
Last year, I actually didn't. I don't even know who won last year.
that's the case,
We knew at the time. We talked about it.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and it's being structured, I thought it was sort of I don't know why I thought there was another party involved, but
It's kind of advertised like as an open tournament, which it is.
Well, it's an
that's
open,
another one to consider too. Like, best in faction is most of the time what a lot of people are competing for.
Sure,
So
which is cool,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, that's fantastic because not everyone. We need to celebrate multiple things,
Absolutely,
rather
absolutely.
than just like the one crown.
It's not pro football, right? Where there's
Yeah.
one champion. Like these are all men in living a life and with a hobby.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
like when I go to like the Blood Bowl tournaments and stuff, like a lot of people they don't go to like win best
Right,
overall. A lot of them are going to like I'm going for most touchdowns, or I'm going for most
Yeah.
casualties, things like that. They set aside a goal other than just like I'm here to beat the best players.
Right.
Because
Well, that's what I was saying. So like maybe 100 guys go to the LVO for that.
yeah.
You know, and that's probably pretty high. It's probably not 10% of the people. Right?
Oh
That's a
no,
pretty
it's
high
much.
percentage.
It's considerably
idea of a
less. I'd
best
say.
in faction too. I think that's really because
Best in faction.
It gives
really,
a lot of
really
incentive.
But that's a
for-
season-wide thing. But I still think you have to go to the LVO for that.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have to be in that event.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like the idea of like doing that seeded tournament so that the guys that win it have played 9 legitimate games.
People's feelings.
You know,
are
now
dumb,
because you could get
Eli.
away with your first 2 rounds. And remember the one year, Tony, I don't know what you did, but like my audio has changed. Do I sound better or worse?
A little better.
I mean, but by round 3 onward, you're going to be playing
I would say so, but I know.
contenders.
Was it last year or the year before? Brandon Grant drew somebody like legitimate. And he lost by like 2 points. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So his
Like in round 1.
yeah. So there's no way he can win it at that point. Which I mean, these guys like
Well, right, but like
I would be distraught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Losing round 1 by 2 points to a good player, but these guys don't. they
Is
don't
he
look
still
at it
playing
so much.
guard?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Or rather, is he playing guard competitively? Because I know he picked up his sister's army at some point.
You know, I don't know. I know he's always putting guard feedback in that group.
But yeah. That can happen to anybody. But it also
People's
just like
feelings can be dumb.
just because he came up against like a legitimate opponent round 1, like I mean that could have also happened round 3. Like
Sure.
I guess when it happens, it doesn't.
I just wish they all had one round 1.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of look at it like college football, like when Michigan's playing national champs. By the way, woo! Did you watch the whole game?
Yeah.
Not with me, you didn't.
No, I was at home.
I know.
I like being home.
Dude,
know
that Michael, is it Penix?
Yeah,
I mean
he looked like garbage.
No, he was like
They were crushing.
he had to
him in
have
the
like
fourth
broken
quarter.
ribs or something.
I
Like
loved it.
the guy out there, he was like limping
He
around
made
between
sure the
plays.
camera saw him.
Yeah.
He definitely made sure.
Well,
he was
dude,
seen.
also like anytime they like got like a close look on his face, like it seriously looked like he was like looking at an oncoming train. Like he looked.
He
terrified.
does not like to get hit.
No,
Michigan was hitting him.
Yes.
I can't wait to the. I'm probably gonna get one of like the commemorative books. So this is only the second championship I've watched, like as a fan, right? So they won it in '97, but I wasn't into sports really in '97. And the Lions have never scratched it until this year. They're pretty good.
My dad's got a national champs jacket, and it's just got 97.
Hell yeah.
Now it's got 20.
But I watched the Pistons win it when I was in high school.
I recall.
Yeah, I watched every game that year. Just
the
about.
Pistons, I remember the riots and the streaking.
Me streaking, right?
Was it you too?
Yeah.
He went
Yeah.
streaking.
I
That's-
streaked,
that's
went
what it
streaking
was.
around the house.
That's what it was. Did you go outside?
Yeah,
yeah.
not in the house. I was running around naked outside of the house.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it was also dark, and we live in the boonies.
Yeah,
so,
like nobody
it didn't
saw it.
really
No.
matter.
Anybody
but
that saw it was trying to see it.
it was me. I was trying to see.
Me too.
Yes, Eli, more than once. I was hyped, man. It was a championship. And then they should have won it again the next year.
Yeah, mom made each of us eat 7 tacos.
That next year, yes.
Yeah, she's like, if you eat 7 tacos apiece, they'll win the championship. And then we
No
did
pictures.
it.
There's probably
And we
was
did it,
before
and then they
Ring
lost.
Cameras. If Ring cameras
Mom, what the
existed,
hell?
I was also a kid, so it would have been
Yeah,
illegal to
I
have
was about to
pictures.
say ring cameras didn't exist. That's pretty
You know,
good.
we were talking last night when we were watching the game, and I was like, what do you think that non-sports people, like, do you think this is going on? And Adam's like, they have to. And we use Nathan as an example. I was like, Nathan doesn't know this championship game being played.
No, I
So
don't know.
tonight, Adam asked him, he's like, do you know the championship was last night? He was like, I did not. Well, why would you know? Like, if you don't care, right? Like,
Good old Nathan GPT.
This was the first year in
like
my
the
entire
royal
life.
wedding, I didn't know until I saw it bombarded on Facebook.
This was the first year in my entire life I've cared.
Did you bet?
I did bet.
Did you bet on Michigan?
Yeah.
I would have bet on Michigan.
Yeah, I lost $6.
Betting on Michigan?
Yes.
How?
I bet multiple parlays, and
Oh, gotcha.
all I needed was J.J. McCarthy to just be a good player, and he's just not.
He's a good player.
No,
They
he's
don't
not.
put up a lot of numbers, but
No,
what'd you need, a touchdown pass?
he needed to throw 2 touchdown passes.
Oh, there was no way.
And yeah, it's just, also just 180 yards, 180 passing
He was
yards.
at 140.
Yeah, he was. I'm aware.
You lost $6.
Just his role was to be.
I would have told you to not take that.
His
I wouldn't have
role
taken
was
that
to
bet.
be a warm human body that receives the snap and then does this to someone else. That's what J.J. McCarthy is. And now they're talking about how like he's going to announce.
Well, you know
he's
what he is.
going into the
you know
draft.
what he
and
is? He's a champion.
I-
That's
I-
what he is.
Look, I get it, and he did make a few clutch, like good passes, and I get that, but he had no consistency with it at all. And if it wasn't for
That's crazy to me calling
is
in
it
for
Blake? Damn it,
Corum?
Corum. If it wasn't for Corum and Edwards, like that wasn't a game.
I mean, that's kind of their job. But
I get that. Just but they carried everything. Like
he did like a lot.
The yards
he did a big
that they
variety
put
of
up.
stuff. Like he ran at times.
He
you wouldn't
did
expect him to.
make that good first down.
who?
McCarthy. Yeah. He when he broke away. That was in like third quarter, I think.
He's a pretty good player.
Eh.
Champion. Champion.
Okay, but I don't think he's NFL
champion.
material.
Probably not right now. He probably needs to go back to school.
Go back to school so you can learn to be good football.
Be good football. I just needed him to contribute to the team more than just.
You should have just asked me. I would have told you don't take that bet. Because they were going to run the ball all day.
Yeah.
And they did. They ran it for 300 yards.
No, dude, like repetitive. Like I was starting to get really frustrated because it was like, dude, literally, I've seen you hand the ball to Corum 3 times and have him run headlong into the center of the formation, gain a yard, and die. And
Adam and I were getting very
You know
frustrated.
what?
They kept throwing it.
dude, and I just watched him do it 3 plays in a row, get nowhere, and I'm like, they understand that you run the ball, throw it once in a while.
They threw it way more than I wanted them to. I was shocked at the end of the game they had only thrown it 18 times.
Tim was saying the opposite of what you just
The
said.
whole game. I was like,
Yeah.
run the ball.
And I wanted them to run somewhere, just maybe to somewhere on the pitch that doesn't.
It's not a pitch.
It's
You
a pitch.
called it a pitch.
It's pitch. Somewhere on field. What the fuck ever.
It's a big difference. The British call
what is a pitch?
them, soccer field.
Is it?
Yeah.
And those
Yeah,
are
it is.
commies.
Okay.
Now it-
Whatever.
mean-
Run somewhere on the field where there aren't players wearing white and purple. All right? That's all I'm saying.
It's a rugby field.
Is it a rugby field?
Yeah,
Or
soccer.
they call it soccer too?
Yeah.
Or they call that a pitch in soccer
Yeah,
also?
it's
Dude, Blood Bowl is the only thing that matters, so I don't care what you think.
Shut your mouth.
Fuck off.
Well, hey, national champions, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you play the Michigan fight song and take us out, Tony? Is that possible?
We'll get demonetized.
I don't care.
I
We're
don't
champions.
know.
I don't think you will. I'm pretty sure there's public domain.
I don't know if it is,
Maybe.
but
It's a very old song.
I'm pretty
old
sure it's
song.
public domain.
You say take us out?
Speaking of which, Mickey
Not to
Mouse
mention-
is now.
Oh yeah, Steamboat
Willie is
Willie,
public
yeah.
domain.
yeah.
Yeah,
About 25 years too late.
and about
Yeah.
8 hours after that, a Mickey Mouse horror movie
saw
got
that.
trailered. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is finally public domain. Where's the movie we made 10 years ago?
Yeah, they definitely had it waiting. They did not produce
Probably,
it that
yeah.
fast.
Yeah, probably. So
Um,
they're just sitting on it. But yeah, no. Just waiting for the movie or the IP to be public domain.
I'd love
But yeah.
to see Disney just get ripped apart.
I saw someone make a case for, I won't say who it was, for something I found very compelling, but because I don't like Disney. And they said they need to take, I don't know if we get in trouble for this. It wouldn't matter. But they said they need to take Mickey Mouse and make him into a Nazi. And that
Did
needs
he
to
start
be the
out
thing.
as a Nazi?
No.
No,
I
Donald
think,
Duck was for a while.
Donald Duck was anti-Nazi.
Oh, he was anti-Chinese.
It was anti-Nazi propaganda, yeah. But anyway.
Wait, wasn't
It was
Yeah, it
Chinese. Anti-Chinese.
Disney like a... Never mind.
Anyway, they need to take Mickey Mouse and just turn him into, and just parody him by turning him into a Nazi. And that's what because that's what Disney's been doing. So I think if they did that, made a cartoon out of it, I think it'd be hilarious.
Oh,
Be
my
awesome.
Lord. So, the Lions play Sunday.
Yep.
You going?
Am I going to
Yeah.
the game?
Yeah, they got tickets for $500 a piece.
Why
Yeah,
would you
there's-
pay that when
there's
it's on your
abs-
TV?
There's also absolutely no chance I would. I don't think I'll ever go to a game.
Victor's it's on in the public. Yeah.
Although
It's also the same tune and melody as like multiple other schools' fight songs. So I'm not even
it's
sure
actually
how-
not.
Huh?
It's not.
Thank you,
It's
John.
not?
Nope.
What's not what?
U of M's fight song.
It's not public domain?
No,
It's also
is
not
public
very
domain.
good either.
It's the best fight
it's
song
the-
in college.
It's the best.
It sounds.
He's a band guy.
It sounds basically identical to all of them.
It
So
does not.
Dude, it's all just walls of noise.
There's like 6 that are I'm working on the railroad.
Yeah, that's what
Or
I'm
I've been
saying.
working
Is like, there's like a bunch of them that are just the
There's
just
that.
the same.
But no, Michigan's is like the best.
Yeah.
What's Notre Dame?
It's all
I don't know.
nonsense.
I've heard Notre Dame's is like one of the best ones, too.
They've got a pretty good one. I think. I
Dartmouth-
don't remember what it is, but
Dartmouth has one that's the same. Who else?
You're not a
used to-
musician.
No,
I used to know
no,
a couple.
I am specifically and distinctly very against just like the marching band.
Oh, dude, it adds so much
no,
to college
it doesn't.
football.
It's trash.
Oh, my God.
If you
Dude,
wanna
a big
use the
play
machine-
has
Get
the
someone a frickin' guitar.
Why do I need to get permission
Oh,
for it if it's public
This
domain?
is how I know you're dead on the inside, because that...
No, there's just things that like people seem to like perceive and care about that make no sense to me.
Still turntastic.
Like I still don't quite grasp the concept of like you're sitting at home watching a game, but you put on like a shirt or a jersey to like support your team. They don't know you're doing that. It's not helping anything. Why are you doing it?
Well, to be fair, wearing it in the if you're there at the game doesn't really help.
Yeah, but like then you're
your
blending in
colors.
with like the crowd and I don't. And dude, it
Yeah,
just doesn't make
I
sense.
guess- I guess
like I don't know.
Thousands of people are doing it. Yeah, maybe show your support.
Keep so it might get jumped outside by a bunch of. I don't care about
They'd beat
band.
you.
It's like I said. It's just a
Dude,
wall of noise.
We were
and
having this
tubas.
conversation. Like, it is sports totally illogical.
No,
There's
completely.
no logical reason. What am I supposed to say to that?
What are you talking about?
It's not a logical thing. Like for it
What?
to ruin your day.
What?
Like if the Lions lose Sunday,
Oh,
I
I
will
see what you're-
I will be in a terrible mood.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It won't be like, oh man, we'll get him next time. It'll be like my world has collapsed.
Yeah.
It's not logical.
Tell
like-
that to the bruises I received as a child, Tim.
yeah, I don't care that much about the Lions. They don't have a band.
That's fair. They don't have a band. So, no, but now I like Michigan too. But if they had lost last night, I would have been very mad. But not like if the Lions don't win the Super Bowl. I'll be crushed.
Dude,
Be emotional.
I mean, there's a legitimate chance, but I I don't know if they can win.
I mean,
the Super
it's
Bowl.
not.
I don't know.
illogical.
I don't know either. But
I just don't see a
it's
universe.
I'm not
No,
building
dude,
a logical case.
yeah,
I'm
that's
telling you,
fair.
like,
I just don't see a universe
emotionally invested,
that
that
exists
makes
in which they can beat the 49ers. Like I don't
dude,
see
I
it.
think the 49ers have shown some weaknesses.
Dude, the Eagles definitely have. The Eagles have had week after week
So
of
have the
just
Lions, though.
constant disappointment.
The thing is, if you get to that game, like if you get to the NFC Championship game to play against the 49ers, like there's nothing you're not going to do.
Oh yeah.
Fake punts, onside kick, who cares?
Tanya Harding.
Yeah, Tanya Harding, like
I don't even know what
the
that
last
means.
Boy Scout.
She was a figure skater in the, I think it was the Olympics, and she lead piped her competition in the knee. Or I think she paid someone to do it, but
Oh my
I don't
God.
think she actually did it.
Oh jeez.
I think she paid someone to do it.
Or her boyfriend paid someone to do it.
Or
See,
maybe,
Eli, I
yeah.
do both. I'm emotionally
I think she
invested
got
in
in trouble
sports,
for it.
and I play
Yeah,
with toys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sports fandom is a weird thing. I would never like beat my children over it, but I get upset.
I
when
wish
the
you were my
Lions, like,
dad.
It's not so much. I get really upset when the Lions just let the other team do whatever they want. Like if they like the Dallas game, I was irritated, but I wasn't like foaming at the mouth. Right?
Did you hear that entire ref staff is supposedly like being demoted?
Their plane should have been hit with Israel's Iron Dome.
Wow.
Whoa.
Holy shit. But that refs crew will not participate in the
Good.
playoffs.
I just wish they would fire them.
You're talking about
you
from
take
the
From the
Dallas
the
game.
Dallas
you take
game?
That
conspiracy
one was
stuff out.
bad.
It doesn't have to be conspiracy. The guy just did his job wrong.
yeah.
Flat out, even if that's
There's
the end of it,
footage.
he should be fired.
There's footage of him talking to the guy, like
What's
checking
he
in.
talking to him about?
Yeah, no,
How
I
was your
said the same
Christmas
thing.
parade?
He's not walking in being like, hey, bud. Like I know the play clock's running, but like, how are your kids? Like, little Timmy doing all right?
Yeah, no, it's probably also Dallas too. There's like a weird, I don't know.
Don't get me started. My brain already goes to collusion in a lot of cases. So like,
Yeah,
you talk about a multi-billion-dollar entertainment industry that like it's
Listen,
not illegal
dude,
to
I
determine the
I
scores
tell you
ahead
what,
of time.
the
It's not
NFL.
illegal at all.
There should be a law requiring the NFL to provide some of its funding to the colleges, because that's
what? The colleges.
Yeah,
Do they even
Why?
make less money
because
than
they
the NFL?
provide what's that?
No, yeah, they definitely do.
Okay.
The
The NFL
colleges
makes like
they
$9 billion a
siphon
year.
money.
Okay.
Yeah, the colleges siphon money off,
Okay.
but just to lower tuitions and stuff because it's
Yeah, but I don't. But
they supply them with the players for their league.
Like,
Like
the
they don't come
basketball
from
tour-
anywhere else.
well, they actually
the college
some do
basketball
come
tournament-
straight from high schools, which is
what
nuts.
what percentage though?
I mean,
That's my point.
I'd say 5 or less, but
Exactly.
but still,
5 or less
like-
what?
if I had to guess, like players that go in straight from like high
Like
school.
all these
In the NFL, like, you can't do it.
all these students
I mean, I
basically
see
have a
people all the
degree
time that like
If there's a rule, you have to be out of high school for 2 years.
Washington State, or they're like Washington High School.
But yeah, they also say School of Hard Knocks on those introductions.
Okay.
The NFL rule is you have to be out of high school for 2 or 3 years.
That-
Oh,
that's
okay.
just
So,
NFL,
but
I think
yeah.
it's 3
when
years.
I say
Yeah,
straight
NBA,
from,
the NBA
but
can
like,
get right out of high
Well,
school.
now you have 1 year.
okay,
Oh, they
so
changed it
when I
around
say
now.
straight from high school, like they didn't go to college afterwards.
I don't know if I mean, maybe it happened, but like most of them come from college.
Okay.
I didn't want.
Can we
Stafford
talk about how
versus
much I
Lions.
hate bands again?
Why don't you like bands?
That's just
So
dumb.
anyway, go Lions on Sunday.
dumb.
If they lose, you guys need to send me some money or something to help me feel better.
turning
But Tony,
into
can you play that for us as we
Mr.
go out?
Wallace.
Yeah.
I should have played
like-
Gridiron
No.
Heroes.
Okay, I mean, I'm
Lions
specifically
can win the
marching
Super Bowl.
bands. I like
Oh.
bands that like produce albums and like have music come out, and like I like that.
No college team is
mean,
more than
that's-
an NFL team.
Bands are just
Well-
there to keep beat and
Just there to keep walls
None of them are worth
noise
more.
Well,
constantly.
walls of noise.
University of
there's-
Michigan band produced a Saturday Tradition in 1993.
I don't know what that is.
That's the album we're listening to.
Oh,
Saturday tradition.
it's like a family tradition.
Except your
Jackhammer
family's a
University.
Saturday? Dawn hung low. Was I not supposed to say that out loud? Go Smashers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
These just.
It's like
Dakota was
Jackhammer
talking about.
University.
Why is it Jackhammer?
Hang on. Listen to this. Can they hear it?
They should be able to, yeah. Oh, yeah, they can hear it.
You ever just throw this on when you're in the car on your way to work?
I do unforgivable things to this movie.
What's wrong with this?
This is amazing. This is the best fight song in college football.
I genuinely don't think there's any like brass instrument where I'm like, oh, I like that sound.
Well, it's not just the brass
Hey,
instrument.
please shut up.
It's all of it. You can literally find something in there. That's how we're listening to it now.
I'm throwing up.
Dude, I'm just telling you, like every other fight song I've ever heard sounds, it's like identical, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a similar genre of music. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's like all country.
You don't
songs the
agree with
same.
what, Brett?
You can say that about it.
The fight
Yeah.
song? I mean, are you a West Virginia fan?
But yeah. Oh my god. I don't know why, but I just got this flashback to playing NCAA when I was a kid.
Hell yeah. All you had to do was run speed option.
Yeah.
You'd never lose.
I don't know why that happened. Maybe it's gonna. No, I never played with headphones, so I have no idea.
It's cool to watch your team win a championship. If the Lions ever win a Super Bowl, let me tell you, I'll be a different person. If they lose the Super Bowl, I may become the
will
Unabomber.
also be a different person.
If they lose the Super Bowl, I'm leaving the state.
To be honest, like
Because it'll burn to the
I've got to
ground.
say, like I hope they don't make it to the Super Bowl. Like if they're not gonna win it,
I understand what you're saying.
if they're not gonna win it, I
Yeah,
hope they
I
don't make it there because like I feel like the devastating blow that would come to your psyche from witnessing a loss, be it by 1 point or 60, would be identical.
Honestly, I'd rather lose it by 60. Right, because then it's never in doubt. You're like, okay, we lost this game. If you lose it by 1, like...
But that's so much worse because it
No.
was never in doubt. It was just like
There was no
you
hope.
never had a chance.
There was no
sounds
hope.
like
That's
you've
so
never
much
watched a game
worse.
of
That's so
football.
much better than
No.
losing at the very
That,
end. where
that's
you
so
got
much.
I gotta agree.
I cannot agree with you on that.
I gotta agree with Dakota. I watched. You remember the 2014 or 2013 when Broncos went to the Super Bowl and they got creamed by the Seahawks.
I remember.
I hated that game.
Dude,
it was
there's-
awful.
Dude, there's nothing worse than a Super
And I
Bowl.
would
that's
much
just
rather them lost by 2
not
than
close.
No, man.
I don't even know what they lose by.
Dude, it's just like
Yeah, it was so
some of my favorite games that I've ever
No.
played
No.
were games that I like that were
Yeah.
very very close, but I lost.
I can get some enjoyment.
What are you talking? Okay, so participating in something and being a fan of it are different.
I
It's
guess.
somehow different because
I don't know, man. Like
I don't think it is. I think we're back to Blood Bowl earlier, where you were talking about the results of the game are more fun than the actual game. I think we're back to Blood Bowl here.
being a fan.
Wait, is that
just,
something?
That's something we were talking about
yeah,
earlier.
The
Yeah.
result of the game is more fun than the
Like,
game.
well, not the result if you win or lose, but like the SPP
What?
and like all that, and like leveling up players,
Live?
and earning gold.
Yeah.
That stuff's more fun than the game. That's something we were talking about.
All right, man. Go Lions. Win by multiple points. Don't make it close. Just please win.
Like,
Please win.
Yeah,
National championship.
I will say it feels great when you're the winning side.
We love you.
I definitely feel.
We'll see you back next week. So, forward down the field, the Chargers.